Secretary Rubio, I don't answer this question if you don't feel it's appropriate, but did I understand you to say that the portion of the discussions regarding settlement in Ukraine, regarding security for Ukraine, are essentially agreed to by both sides? Because that's news to me, and it's a big news item if that's a fact.
Well, I think you could argue they're agreed to from our side of the equation. There's obviously a Russian dynamic at play here, and of course, any security guarantees would come into play after the conflict were to end. Of
course.
And so there's that component to it. But the broader point I was making is that in all these discussions about security guarantees that people are putting out there, it's pretty clear that the only security guarantee that people keep pushing forward is one that involves a deployment of some European troops on the ground, but with a very strong U.S. backstop. My point being, it was in the broader context of the NATO alliance, and that is, we have to understand that even something like that, in Europe, they don't have the capabilities of doing a real security guarantee without a U.S. backstop, which tells you the capability gap that needs to be closed. And it's one of the reasons why the president keeps pointing to NATO and its need for our partners to get stronger. And it is true, they've committed to 5% spending. That's obviously going to take some time. But that's really the broader point I was trying to make in that regard. But every notion of security guarantee that's been talked about and that the Europeans have pushed is one that requires a strong commitment by the United States as a backstop, which, in essence means we would be committed, potentially, in a conflict, in a future conflict. And that's something that I think needs to be understood in the context of what I've just described as the problems with NATO capabilities.
Very clear. Thank you very much. Thank you again for your time. I'm going to leave the record open until close of business tomorrow. If there are questions, I'd appreciate it if you'd assist in getting answers to those questions. Great job. Thank you for spending the time with us. We sincerely appreciate it. The American people are lucky to have you as the Secretary of State. And with that, the meeting is adjourned.